For the people calling Kyo boneless Richter, or that he's boring, or that he peed on your wife, y'all are wrong, and I'm here to tell you why. Yes, you're even wrong about the peeing on the wife part. SNK has great protagonists. You got Mr. Terrence Bogard, Dweeb and Hyperman himself, Ryo Sakazaki, Athena Asamiya. They're cool and all, just that Kyo's built different. I don't mean to talk shit about them. They all are great in their own right, and I personally am glad that there are people who are getting to know these characters due to Smash. But man, people not only need to understand, but see how cool this lazy bastard of a martial artist is. Well, not that lazy, but you know what I mean. It was around the late 2000s or early 2010s. It's been a while. I would often be on Wide.com because Flash games are cool. I came across this one game that caught my eye, the King of Fighters Wing. It had these characters named Kyo, K with an apostrophe, Iori, and then Ryu. Even though they were all some badass characters, Kyo was the one that caught my eye the most. His pyrokinetic moveset and his desperation moves all looked really cool to me, and I usually play as him in it. Eventually, when I got out of my Flash game stuff, I came across KOF again, this time on the Wii Shop. The virtual console section had a game called the King of Fighters 95. It clicked to me what it was, and I was looking forward to seeing my favorite again. Fast forward to now, I still consider myself not only a KOF fan, but particularly a fan of Kyo Kusanagi. Pretty obvious, I know. Okay, it's a little corny, but how could you not think this guy is good looking? Kyo Kusanagi has a very fantastic sense of fashion. Starting with this cool classic school outfit with a headband. As he got older, he switched to a black turtleneck with a white jacket. Now that's badass. And don't forget the Ash Saga design I keep showing. Now I know what some of you are thinking. Ew, KOF 14 Kyo, ew. I will admit, I'm not a huge fan of this design. But in the KOF A New Beginning manga, the design can look pretty good. It's a trivial thing, but Kyo having a great sense of fashion is what draws me into him. Kyo has drip. That's all.
I said that the Denver Nugget jeans. Is you fucking shit?
Kyo is a lot of people's go-to character in games like KOF 98. I know this because I always get my ass kicked on Fightcade. Well, not always. In almost every game he's been in, he was always either mid-tier or high-tier. Basically, he's always a viable character you can use. From his punches, to his red kicks, and to his desperation moves, Kyo is quite the versatile character you can pick up. What makes him unique is that he tends to have different moves in each game he's in. From KOF 94 to KOF 95, Kyo didn't have his Rekas or his fire punch commands. Instead, he was a Shoto character, using fire projectiles instead, like what you see Iori do. By 99, his half-circle back kick was replaced by a punch move that can either lift the opponent or stun them in order to follow up with a DM. His core moves though, like his Orochunagi, will always stay the same no matter what move changes he have. Whether or not that's a good thing is really up to you, but personally, seeing variety in his moveset is what makes him a compelling character. Sure, it's fine to have a character whose moveset stays consistent with a couple new additions, but I feel like that gets a little too boring. Aside from playability, his character is what makes him even more interesting. He's a cocky yet powerful fighter. We see him grow from a teenager to a cool ass adult that wouldn't hesitate to push you away. Over time he starts to mature, and though he takes fighting more seriously, his arrogant attitude always sticks with him. And that's what really makes him Kyo. However, at the end of the day, he's a good man at heart. If someone he cares about is in grave danger, he will not hesitate to come beat the shit out of whomever caused all that. Kyo isn't much of a wanderer, which already sets him apart from Ryo and Terry. Also the fact that his girlfriend isn't a blonde, nor even a fighter. Instead, a normal high school girl named Yuki. She's quite the sweetheart and cares deeply for his man. I kind of lied about the fighter part because she is a playable character in the Neo Geo Pocket game SNK Gals Fighters. There you go. Back to Kyo, he has some interesting things he's into. For example, poetry, though canonically he sucks at it. I would post what poems he's written, but I've not come across any. So I have a Twitter post of what he would write. What he doesn't suck at is being a cool ass guy overall. What cool ass guy can't be complete without a cool ass rival like Iori Yagami, but this ain't about him. Fun fact that pertains to his coolness. In an interview with Shinichi Morioka, SNK wanted to make a cool new hip character that people would love. And originally, Kyo Kusanagi wasn't even Kyo. He was originally going to be named Seo Kirishima. Sounds familiar? He stated that Kyo's attitude and design were inspired primarily by Shotaro Kaneda from Akira, with other inspirations by Akira Fudo from Devilman and Joe Yabuki from Ashita no Joe. And that also explains why I love the aforementioned mangas in the first place. Overall, his attitude is what I love about Mr. Kusanagi. He's definitely not the first cocky character, but the way he does it is pretty special. What kind of character would Kyo be if his theme sucked ass? The only one that really comes to mind would be... Okay, I will spare your eardrums. Kyo's themes and just himself overall represents SNK. The name his themes center around is ESAKA. ESAKA is actually the name of the railway station that SNK is located near in Osaka, Japan, which is referenced through some of the Team Japan stages in KOF. The themes are good at capturing who he is as a character and does so by having his themes center around rock music. Kyo's first theme, ESAKA, has that acid rock feel to it. Then you have themes like Funky ESAKA, his well-known ESAKA, and ESAKA Forever. His themes take a change in direction by KOF 99. That game really changed a lot of things, huh? Instead of ESAKA, his theme is simply called Tears, which some would consider Kyo's lowest point. Symbolically, of course. Aside from ESAKA, his most notable theme is Goodbye ESAKA, which I consider the most thematically powerful theme for Kyo and in KOF. It's a theme that represents Kyo rising back up again and gives that feeling of triumph. But, just like in the name, it's a theme of departing. I stated this in my previous video. By the year 2000, SNK was going bankrupt. Feeling that KOF 2000 was possibly their last KOF game, they basically made the game their swan song and their main guy Kyo's theme song to be a representation of their leave, in both name and composition. Kyo's importance to SNK is something people shouldn't look over. His place in the company's set of characters is very much an important one. Kyo Kusanagi is very much another face that represents them. It's hard to say that I absolutely relate to Kyo. I relate to him on his good heart and, to an extent, his cockiness, but I definitely cannot relate to him on being a high school dropout. Regardless, it doesn't stop me from loving his character. Rediscovering my love for KOF a couple years back was honestly the best thing I did for myself. I ended up starting to appreciate that one character I saw in a Flash game and the same way for the series he's from. With so many characters that have a similar attitude, Kyo's way of showing it is something that I can say is unmatched. No matter the Ryus, the Scorpions, or the sole bad guys, Kyo will always be my #1 fighting game protagonist.